I'm Chris Geiger. This is No Movies in Hell.
I'm LaClaw Scott, and today we are reviewing Petit Maman.
And this is by the same woman who did Portrait of a Lady on Fire, which was great. I don't know if you
I
had a chance to
haven't
see
seen
that.
it,
Okay.
but I've heard great things, so now I want to see it. So what did you think of this film?
I liked it. It wasn't that long. It was
Yes.
relatively short, but I still thought it could have been a little bit shorter. Like there were very long scenes where you're like, nothing is happening. It's very still, which
Or you want something to happen.
yeah. It reminded me of Portrait of a Lady on Fire in that way.
Okay.
It's very like quiet, like internal. You're assuming a lot of internal development stuff is happening. I thought the little girl was great. The way her character is portrayed and her mother's character is portrayed as a girl, they're so serious.
Yes.
Like all the time, except for in the cake making scene where they're actually being 9-year-old girls. But they're so serious and they approach things in such an adult manner, but they completely accept, oh, like somehow you're 9 and you live in a house exactly like this one, but is over here. And that's totally fine. And the dad is like, oh, here's this child who wants my kid to just spend the night over there. That's fine. Like this weird house. Like, can he even see the house?
Yeah, like he didn't go, but I felt like it's very French. Also, I felt like the little girl Nellie she was almost like the adult. She went to in the opening seasons and went at like the home, and she went to go say goodbye to each person, and she seemed like her mom just kind of relied on her to kind of like take care of herself. I really like this film. I knew that there was some sci-fi element, but I love how it's like not sci-fi horror. It's just, it is what it is. Like no one explains anything. It's just like, oh, okay. And that she's smart enough to be like, oh, okay. This is what it is. And I'm internalizing and I'm trying to process that this could be, my mom, this could be my grandma. And I'm just, I'm not going to ask any questions. I'm just going to like, have fun and kind of, well, she was by herself, but then she met up with her mom and helped her out in that way. I really like this film. It was short. I think I saw it at a 6 p.m. showing and was out by like 7:40, and I was like, oh my gosh.
I could very easily see this movie being remade as a horror. Very easily. The funny thing about watching movies from other countries is that you're not really sure how much of the oddness is cultural and how much of it French people would think is odd.
Yeah.
And I feel the same way about Hatching, which when you see that, we'll talk about that too. But like, there were definitely things in there where I was like, that's weird. Would that be weird to everyone, or is that just weird to Americans? So I like watching foreign films because of that. I think that I don't watch enough of one specific type of foreign film to know what the tropes are. Or, I mean, I guess I watch enough Korean movies to kind of identify like, oh, that's weird, but they always do that, or that, like people in Korea think that's weird too, but they just accept that in the movies, this is what happens. There are no car accidents. Everyone just brings their car to a stop very close to each other, and then they get out and run. Like,
very much the opposite.
I'm sure there are actually car accidents in Korea, and people are okay, like they understand that happens in real life, but they're okay with it not happening in movies. Let's pull up our slides. Okay, so even though we both liked it, we didn't really give it tremendously high scores.
Yeah, I think, it's interesting because I was thinking about a lot of the categories going into the film, or at least watching it. And I was like, oh, well, hair and makeup is in costume was like it's very understated. I think partially because, you know, you're dealing with children. And then also it's just maybe culturally understated, and, you know, there really wasn't any jewelry, but for the most part, I mean, I thought it was great. Like I gave the Raiders Choice a 3. I really enjoyed it. I would recommend it. But seeing as there weren't that many screenings, I think there were 2, and I saw it at the Alamo in the financial district of Manhattan. I mean, it was there were 5 people in the theater. I was shocked that there were 5. And so hopefully, you know, it will be in other places where people will be able to see it.
I thought it was good. And what I appreciated about the costumes is that the little girls, I think I could have easily in the beginning mixed up because they look so similar. But they did a very good job of making like their clothing consistent. Yes. So it was easy to identify, like, okay, that's Nellie and that's the mom.
Yeah. And I think one's wearing overalls like throughout the whole film. I was like, was this on purpose to distinguish like the 2?
I think it was. The only reason I didn't give it a 3 for Raiders Choice is I did like Portrait of a Lady on Fire more. And I think if someone said, hey, what do you think of this director? I would say, like, I would recommend that movie over this one. If I hadn't seen that one, I don't know that I would have liked this one as much.
Now I need to see it. Is that a French film or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have anything to plug this week?
Let's see. So I would have to say up on the Instagram is a summer movie preview. So take a look, comment with an emoji of what film you're ready to see. There's a lot of good stuff coming out, and looking forward to that.
Awesome.
Do you have anything to plug, Chris?
Do I? I don't think so right now, but new information is coming out very soon from the New York Asian Film Festival about their event. The dates are July 15th through the 28th this year, so mark your calendars. It looks like they're going to have a couple world premieres at least, so that'll be fun.
Nice.
And I know they're like getting special guests lined up to make appearances, so that's going to be fun too. All right, thanks everyone. We'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye-bye.